What's up, guys? I've been asking people to send me questions that they have about Bitcoin or why they think it won't work and all of this because I wanted to get some ideas for my videos so I can make for you guys for this playlist, which is the most commonly asked question when it comes to Bitcoin for beginners, right? So, shout out to Chase Your Dream. He sent me this. One of his friends texted him this question and he wanted to get my opinion on it. And his friend said, gold will always be king because it's tangible, meaning, it's you can hold it in your hand, you can touch it. One EMP or worldwide power outage and gold will be in your hand. Because if the powers that be decide to shut off all power, how can Bitcoin be used, right? So that's a very valid question. But the problem I have with these kind of questions is, guys, I've been doing research on Bitcoin for years, right? Since 2017. So roughly 3 years, a little bit over 3 years, and I spent, no joke, thousands of hours of reading and researching because I wanted to know these questions as well. Like I had questions myself. I wanted to know, all the in and outs and how can it be destroyed? Can it be stopped? Can it be banned? Can it be shut down? Can it be overtaken by a different coin? All of these questions. I looked for the answers and I found it. And so far, I still haven't found one good counter argument as to why Bitcoin won't work. So if you guys have one, feel free to leave it in a comment and I'll address that as well. Now, when it comes to this question, okay, like I said, the question itself, I don't mind asking questions. I don't mind people asking questions. But what I ask is you guys dig a little bit deeper, right? And basically, the thing about this is what I call the sky will fall theory, meaning that you guys are assuming that, oh, well, this would never work because if tomorrow somebody shut off all electricity, how can anything work, right? Look, guys, electricity is the most basic fundamental needs of human civilization. Okay, period. Without electricity, we will be just in a world of darkness and billions of people will die. Okay, hospitals can't even survive a few hours without electricity. Banks, how can people get their money out, right? So let's just get to that point, okay? Let's say if electricity does get shut down worldwide, the entire planet is dark. What will happen in that scenario? This person seems to think that in that scenario, gold will be king because, it's tangible, you can hold it, and Bitcoin will be worthless. And so, partly, I do agree if it ever does come to that point, Bitcoin probably won't be very useful. But let me ask you this. Do you really think gold will be useful in those times? You're talking about an apocalypse. You're talking about the dark age. You're talking about the end of the world scenario. Who wants to use a shiny rock? Who cares about a dumb rock? Have you ever seen one apocalypse movie where people use gold to trade for things? No. If it ever comes to that point, you know what would be the king? Probably guns, ammo, food, water, right? Gas, things like that. Oil. It's not going to be gold because gold, that's the thing about intrinsic value. People always argue about intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is very objective to each person, to each scenario, right? What's valuable to you right now in this moment? Like to me, what's most valuable to me right now in this moment? Bitcoin. To me, Bitcoin is the most pristine asset there is. And I would take that over anything, right? Now, what if I was drowning? What if I was drowning underwater? What would be the most valuable thing that I hold dear, that I want more than anything? Oxygen, right? Life, breath of fresh air, one breath. What if I was stranded on an island? What would be my most valuable asset that I want more than anything in the world? Probably some drinking water because I can't drink the salt water from the ocean. Probably food, probably clothing, probably a spear, probably a gun if that's possible, right? Do you really think that people's gonna use a bar of gold to transact and to trade in the times of apocalypse, in the times where the world is completely dark? Do you think anybody gives a shit about a bar of gold at that point? So yeah, you're right. Partially, you are right. Bitcoin will not be useful in that time, but neither will gold. None of those. Cash money, nothing. None of that shit would be worth anything. It's like you asking an inmate in prison, what's their most valuable commodity? Well, they can only spend so much money per week on canteen, right? On commissary. There's a maximum limit. So if you ask them what would they rather take, they'll probably say, well, we want cigarettes, we want ramen noodles, we want soap, hygiene products, things like that. Intrinsic value is different for everyone at different times. So let's get back to this question. If electricity was to be shut off, billions of people would die. The world would go into darkness. Gold will be worth nothing. It'll be worthless, just like Bitcoin, okay? So the problem I have with people with these kind of questions as well is like the sky will fall theory, right? When people are sitting on the sideline and they're watching something rise parabolically like Bitcoin, they're watching it just pumping every single day, breaking new highs. They see it all over the news. They can't go anywhere without hearing about it. And guess what? They start trying to justify why they're not in it. And how do they do that? They come up with these off the wall theories. They come up with these, that would never work because the government will shut it down, even though the government literally has been given nothing but good regulation clarity regarding Bitcoin, even though billionaires, investors, and hedge funds have been buying into Bitcoin like never before the past few months. But okay, the government's going to shut it down, right? That's fine. So then they'll say something like this, what if the power gets shut off? What if the internet gets shut off? 99% of human trafficking exists on the internet, on the dark web. If it wasn't for the internet, those 99% of human trafficking wouldn't even be possible. The government can't even shut that down. So what makes you think they're going to shut down the entire internet just to stop Bitcoin? And so they can lose out on revenue from all of these internet-based companies like Amazon? If you're going to say this, you might as well say, well, Amazon would never work because what if they shut down the internet? And guess what? Amazon is the king of the world right now. You could also say Tesla will never work because what if electricity is out and you can't produce any more cars? Valid. If that's the case, why do we drive cars at all? Why not just go back to riding the horseback buggies and the carriage? You know what I'm saying? Like, because what if the oil or the gas get depleted? Then what? What's your cars ain't going to be worth shit. Nothing, right? If you're going to talk like that, if you're going to use that kind of argument, why go to the gym and work out? You might die tomorrow from getting hit by a bus. That's the flaw in these logics. So there's nothing wrong with asking questions. All I ask is for you to ask intelligent question that you thought through and you do, sufficient amount of research on. And come on, guys. It's just the sky will fall theory. It works for everything, guys. I can apply that to everything. Okay, so that's not a good argument against Bitcoin. So please just send me a better argument next time and we'll talk more about it. Stay safe out there, guys.